Hello everyone, Phil here, and I'm showing off another one of my statues from my statue collection, which I am putting up for sale and or auction. This one is from Darksiders. If you remember that game line, a lot of people might not remember that game line, but this was a line of games that launched in the early to middle life of the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. An action slash RPG style puzzle game, similar to like Zelda, but more adult oriented. And I really liked this game. Of course, as you can see, it was from ill-fated company THQ, which then made a sequel and then went out of business, and all of their properties were sold off. And it's actually up in the air if we'll ever see another Darksiders game, which incidentally makes this collector's piece a little bit more interesting because it's for a line of games that may or may not ever continue. So this is War and Ruin. War was the main character of the first game of Darksiders, and Ruin was his horse, which he rode. It's supposed to be the horseman of war, so as you see here, fire, right? Fire and brimstone. And this is actually number 127 of 500. Got it right on the top of the box here. And some unique things about this statue is that it does light up. You know, a lot of statues don't. They're just kind of there. This one actually does light up, and it is USB powered, although that's both a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, which I'm going to explain to you in a moment. But anyway, this is the box, as you see, fully intact. Let's take a look, because I actually already took the statue out, because I wanted to see what condition it was in. So here it is, and the way that it works, alright, here is your base of the statue. And as you can see, where the statue actually stands on it are two metal connectors, and that's actually where the electricity flows through this guy. So there, number 127 of 500. We'll put it down, and then here's your statue. It's two pieces. It's actually the Ruin, the horse, and War riding on Ruin. But then it's got the hand that actually attaches up here, magnetically, to avoid any kind of, damage to the hand or anything while it's intact. Looks really nice, right? So let me see here. How do the legs... Looks like it's the two hind legs, right? Yeah, just like this. Here we go. The two rear legs. And so, stands like that. I'd say it's about maybe 12 inches tall. And you rotate it around. And it is a nice piece. It absolutely is very nice. No damage whatsoever to this piece. As you can see, it is all fully intact. This actually was on my bar for quite a while. This statue came out the year after Darksiders 1 was released, before Darksiders 2 was released. And I got it in between, then we played Darksiders 2, and then the games were like, gee, I wonder what's going to happen, and then THQ went out of business. So it's nice. And it is heavy, by the way. I'd say it probably weighs between 10 and 15 pounds. Okay, so it has some weight to it. It is a resin statue. It's not like some of those statues you get that are made of plastic or anything. No, this is a nice heavy-duty made statue. Now, I mentioned to you that it lights up, and I mentioned to you that the fact that it's USB powered is both a positive and a negative, and I'm about to explain why. Here's why. Here's your little USB connector, okay? Here is the power adapter which you use to plug in the statue. As you can see, it has a standard USB connection. Because they opted to go for USB power, the positives of this: number one, you don't have to use this adapter. Let's say that this guy is in your office, okay, and you have this guy near your PC, or you have him near your laptop, or any USB device that has USB ports that are powered. You could actually power him. For as silly as this sounds, you could power this thing from your car. That's dumb. Who would do that, right? But you could, and that is a positive. And it does use a standard USB port. It's not like you need any kind of a fancy connector, alright? So that's a positive. The negatives. Number one, when this guy is plugged in, he's always on. There's no on-off switch to War and Ruin. When this is lit up, it's lit up. And that's it. You're always going to see lights coming out of the eyes, lights coming out of the hooves, and lights kind of emanating a little bit from the bottom. I just want to make it clear the box is full of crap, and I'll show you why. The box shows flaming ass, basically. This doesn't happen. This is bullshit. This does not happen. The only thing that lights up are the hind hooves and the eyes, and you can actually see throughout the piece they'll be lit like this. You'll see those lit up, but these hooves do not. This is actually fake. I think originally the concept art, they wanted those to light, and then when they actually designed it, they realized it wouldn't be realistic for that. So just to warn you, that is kind of a misrepresentation on the box, all right? But the negative here is it's always on. To turn it off, you either have to unplug this from the wall or you have to unplug the cord from the back of it. The other negative, and this is the negative that unfortunately the one thing that's actually missing, the USB cord. The USB cord is an A to B USB cord. Alright, so what that means, it's not any kind of extension cord. It's one end is a standard USB connection, and the other end is a standard USB connection. Now you may say to yourself, well, what kind of devices use those? Not a hell of a lot. In fact, most USB devices don't use a cord that has a two-ended USB cord. Now you can get them. I see them online for as cheap as $5. You can buy one of those cords. However, the cord that came with this was low quality. In fact, the cord that came with this was very flimsy, and it actually broke when I was in Connecticut. And therefore, I don't have another one. I never purchased a replacement cord because then this kind of got into an older piece, and I put it back in the box, and I was swapping out other models and stuff. So I never bought a replacement cord. You will need that cord if you want this to light up. And again, it's an A to A cord, two standard-ended USB connections. It's only using power. It's not going to, it's not going to be no data or anything needs to be in there. It could be the cheapest version of the cord that you can get. And that's the one that you need for this guy. And I apologize, I don't have the cord for it anymore. Like I said, it's such a weird thing that they chose that. I have other models that light up. Those models all use like proprietary adapters. So instead of this, with this USB, it would just be a cord coming out of here and it would plug into, say, a round thing in the bottom of this. I have no clue why they didn't opt for that, but they didn't, as weird as that is. So, War and Ruin. I originally bought this one years ago. If I remember correctly, I probably spent around $250 for it. At this point, I don't know what it's worth. I mean, it's going to be in the eye of the beholder because some people might say it's worth nothing because the game series is now gone. Who knows if Darksiders will ever come back. THQ went out of business. On the flip side, other people might say it's even more valuable because, because guess what? It's a rare thing from a game series that doesn't exist anymore. Alright? It is complete, no damage, even the adapter, I just don't have the cord for you, so you'll have to spend a couple extra bucks to get the cord if you want them to light up. But it's a really nice piece. I'm hoping for offers, I'd say starting around $175 and going up. Now, do not let that deter you. If I want to offer $100, feel free. I'm not going to necessarily accept a low bid offer, but I'm definitely interested in seeing what people are willing to offer, alright? And we'll go from there. So please, if you are interested in this piece, first of all, I'll say this up front, I've said this in my other videos. If you do not live in the United States, chances are you do not want to make a bid on this piece because the shipping costs are extravagant, as in it costs $30 to $50 to mail one of these statues within the United States. So if you're bidding $150 on this guy and you win, do you really want to spend another $150 for him to be shipped across the world? So that's something to factor in. If you are international to the United States, you probably don't want to bid on this unless you are willing to spend a ton of money on shipping, okay? So if you are interested, please email me at darksidefil@hotmail.com with the subject header, War Statue Offer, okay? The way it's going to work, once this video is live on YouTube, you're obviously watching it now, so it's live. 1 week from today, at midnight, we will cut off the bidding. So if people email me, I will keep everyone in the loop. This has happened before. I got 5-6 bidders. I just let all the bidders know, okay, the high bid is currently $75, the high bid is $80, the high bid is $85, and we all go between that, okay? And then at the end of the week, usually it narrows down to say 1-2 bidders until the final day when someone finally wins it. I keep this off of eBay purposely because eBay has a ton of administrative fees that make everyone get ripped off. You'll be paying more and I'll be getting less, and it doesn't make any sense for me to do this on eBay, alright? So it's a nice way for me to give my collectible to someone who likes it, to someone who will appreciate it, and that they're not spending a ton of money. And at the same way, I get a little bit of money in my pocket to help me out at the same time, okay? So, darksidefil@hotmail.com. 1 week from today, please no international offers unless you are absolutely willing to pay a lot of money shipping, and understand these typically have cost anywhere from $30 to $50 to ship, so know that up front if you're making an offer, alright? That's pretty much it. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope that you enjoyed looking at this piece, and hopefully some more you'll be interested in more of these in the future as well, alright? Thanks everyone, and see you later for another statue.